Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, it's Cancer Awareness Month, so know your status. The world celebrates Teachers Today, and Exxon makes fifth discovery at Stabroek Block. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. Now for the details. Exxon Mobil today announced its fifth oil discovery in the Stabroek Block. Here is Tiffany Rogers with that report.
The discovery was made at the Turbo 1 well located 30 miles southeast of the Liza Phase 1 project. Exxon began drilling at the site in August. The oil company encountered a reservoir of 75 feet of high-quality oil-bearing sandstone after drilling to 18,455 feet in a water depth of more than 5,000 feet. This latest result illustrates the tremendous potential of offshore exploration for Exxon, its president, Stephen Grindley, noted. This discovery joins the finds that have already been made at Liza, Payara, Snook, and Liza Deep. Within the next 2 weeks, Exxon will move the Stena drill ship to the Ranger field. The company will return to the Turbo field to drill its second well in 2018. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Budget consultations saw first-time participation from a wide cross-section of stakeholders on Wednesday. Zanil Williams tells us more.
Representatives of the information and communication technology, manufacturing, entertainment, service providers, trainers, educators, media, and retail sectors participated in the discussions. Caribbean Containers Inc.'s Chief Executive Officer, Patricia Bacchus, told InfoHub that the various bodies provided refreshing ideas to help build the nation's economy.
We had players at the table today that are not usually represented at consultations at this level. And it was very heartening to see the perspectives they came with, very fresh ideas, new ideas that I think the minister was very amenable to encouraging, listening to, and has promised to advance as well.
She also explained that though many discussions were not focused on tangible assets or products that can be precisely measured, instead the challenges of manpower and hindrances in the varying sectors were raised.
We didn't speak about tangible measures that are being contemplated for 2018. Essentially, what we spoke about was our experiences in our various sectors and industries and the impediments that we would have faced and recommendations for removing those impediments. And the minister seemed to have been intrigued by what we had to offer, and I am hopeful that it would be taken into account when they're finalizing some of the measures for Budget 2018.
Consultations are still ongoing to ensure each sector has a voice in Budget 2018's development. Consultations will conclude on October 11, 2017. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
October is Cancer Awareness Month, and women need to know their status. More from Delicia Haynes.
Breast cancer, which is the leading cancer in women worldwide, is the focus of this year's Cancer Awareness Month. Local oncologist Dr. Latoya Gooding advocates for more women to get screened for breast cancer.
Long ago, breast cancer was something of elderly women, but what we're finding now, more and more younger women are being diagnosed with breast cancer. Breast cancer, it's easily detected. It is one that have a higher cure rate once it's detected early, so that's why we advocate for early detection.
When cells begin to grow out of control in the breast and form a tumor, a woman may have breast cancer. The tumor is considered malignant if the cells can grow into surrounding tissues or spread to distant areas of the body. Dr. Goodin added that some persons may not accept the fact that they may have breast cancer.
That person is actually living in denial. So what we tend to tell them that the first step to recovery is acceptance. Once you accept the fact that you have breast cancer and you are willing to fight us in terms of taking your treatment, having your family support, and doing the natural change in your lifestyle habits.
The Public Health Ministry, in collaboration with the Giving Hope Foundation, will conduct a number of outreaches where screening will be provided. Outreaches will be done in Linden, Supana Mesiquebo, Skeldon Berbice, and Georgetown as part of Cancer Awareness Month activities. Delicia Haynes for InfoHub.
GDF and UG signed MOU for cadet course associate degrees. Gabriela Patram has that report.
Chief of Staff Brigadier Patrick West explained the importance of signing the Memorandum of Understanding was in keeping with international norms.
I am particularly pleased today to be able to sign this agreement for academic collaboration, which will enhance the academic program of our Standard Officers Course number 50 and future Standard Officers courses of the Ghana Defense Force. At the same time, it will develop the Agricultural Corps as a research center with the University of Guyana.
UG Vice Chancellor Professor Ivelaw Griffith described the MOU signing as a good expression of what the GDF leadership thinks of its ranks.
We have a critical role or two institutional thrusts: University of Guyana, Guyana Defense Force, a critical role not only in enabling our nation's individual mandates to us to educate and to defend, but in the context of those mandates, there are very many dynamics, very many elements, some of which mean educational collaboration is critical, is necessary, not simply desired.
Brigadier West explains further.
The concept basically sees the implementation of a national security strategy that employs all instruments of national power in a more integrated way to meet the challenges faced by Guyana at this time. This would obviously require a higher degree of interagency cooperation, as you're seeing today, than obtains at present, to combine defense with diplomacy, economic development with law enforcement, and civil authority with the Defense Force.
The Ghana Defense Force Agricultural Corps was established almost 50 years ago, while the Cornell Aldrich Pilgrim Officer Cadet School was established in 1981. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
The Bath Settlement House destroyed by a recent freak storm will soon be completed. Zanil Williams has that update.
2 weeks ago, Prime Minister Moses Nangamutu had visited residents of Bath Settlement Berbice that were affected by a freak storm mid-September. The Prime Minister promised to aid in the reconstruction of one of the houses that was completely destroyed. The final set of free building materials will be delivered this weekend after a slight delay. Danraji Haricharan expressed her gratitude for the support that she has received from the Regional Democratic Council, the Civil Defense Commission, and the government.
I got to be thankful to them so much. I appreciate that very, very much.
Guyana lies outside the normal hurricane zone. However, in recent years, the effects of climate change have been visible. The freak storm was a result of recent intense hurricanes, Irma, Jose, and Maria. The government is aiding the repairs of 2 other homes in the village. One requires a roof replacement and the other a shed. Zanil Williams reporting for InfoHub.
Farmers to get relief as government set to table a bill in the next parliament to address challenge of farm produce losses through theft. Here is this report.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Health and Food Security Specialist, Dr. Mark Pierre, explained that crop loss via theft poses serious challenges.
Pretty largely, yes, it is a serious problem, and it affects several issues in agriculture. It affects production, and it affects the livelihood of the farmer, of course. That's usually the first instance. But it also has other implications in terms of disease control, and which ultimately affects trade, would affect trade in the long run for the country.
Given the wide-reaching implications, the specialist says better legislation is necessary.
There are lots of factors that are involved in it, and that's why we think that we really need to go down the line of legislation.
While there exists legislation, Dr. Pierre says, there is a greater need for enforcement and cooperation.
When something is stolen, somebody has to be able to, the people who steal it would have to be able to buy it to make it profitable to steal. So we have to look at the buyers, the purchasers, and we have to look at where these stolen material or goods would be entering into the market chain. So now we end up with an issue of compliance by the vendors of whatever particular agricultural product it is.
The last known amendment to the Purdue Larceny Act was in March of 1983. This amendment sought to increase fines from $500 to 6 months imprisonment to $1,500 and not less than 6 months imprisonment. Reporting for InfoHub, Natasha Smith.
As the world recognizes teachers today, we feature 5 educators who inspired minds and instill a love of learning in their students. Tiffany Rodias tells us how.
Celebrating her service to the profession is North Rheinveld Secondary head teacher Alison Cuthbert.
I'm in it for 30 years and I feel as though this was what I was supposed to do in the initial stage. Okay? I would encourage persons who want to teach. And I notice that a lot of my students now are embarking on this career. I encourage them to be patient, work as a team, be supportive of decisions that are made.
Also from North Rheinveld Secondary is Kevin Mars, familiarly known as Sir Mars. His journey began in 1992.
I'm not going to lie to anybody and tell them that this profession is an easy, smooth, nice going role. You're dealing with 30 children from 30 different backgrounds, 30 different minds you have to deal with. So it's not going to be easy. But anybody who decided, well, look, they want to join the profession, I will encourage you to get on board.
Central High School science teacher Roderick Gordon wanted to become a doctor, but recently celebrated 21 years in the teaching profession.
Well, the love for the profession, it always makes you feel good. It brings you some sort of satisfaction, some amount of joy when your charges would have done well and when they would have entered the world of work.
In the system for 6 years as an information technology teacher at Richard Ishmael Secondary is Samantha Allen.
The most favorite moment is results, especially when the CXC results are out. And just checking to see if my department and my students have really performed well. I feel on top of the world.
For some, the profession is just a stepping stone, while for others, it was a lifelong career. Now retired 97-year-old Pearl Graves Andy taught at the primary level for 51 years at Unity Lancaster's Canadian Mission School.
I taught them in the lower class and then they all went to high school. The boys went to Central and the girls went to tutorial. So I had a good deal of it.
InfoHub would like to thank all the teachers across Guyana for their unstinted dedication and service. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Thanks for watching. Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. We now leave you with scenes of teachers in some of Guyana's classrooms.